There are only 4 races left in this 10-race campaign, and we welcome you to the one and only Nashville Superspeedway right outside of Music City here in Tennessee for this 10-lap race around this 1.33-mile concrete oval. And here are 31 of the nation's best drivers here trying to conquer this super speedway. But who will win this battle? Well, I don't know that yet, but what we do know is that this season is coming to a close, and the intensity is going through the roof for these drivers. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of your stories for today's race. Denny Hamlin, he's leading the field to green, and he's right outside the cutoff for the final 4. 14 points behind Larson, and he needs a strong finish to put him back inside the final 4 today. Meanwhile, Martin Truex Jr. is going to be starting the 8th position for today's race, and he's trying to dig himself out of the hole which he put himself into in the first few races to try and mount a charge for the final 4 during the end of the season. Then we have Kevin Harvick starting the 4th position today, and he's trying to keep the momentum flowing through these final 3 races, and looking to try and be the first Ford to ever win a race in the Moneylion Cup Series. So let's take a look at your starting lineup for today's event. For row number 1, we have Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Then we have Alex Bowman and Kevin Harvick. Then we have Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, and Ryan Blaney. Someone I forget. Then we have William Byron and Chase Elliott. Mind the typo. Then we have Kurt Busch and Eric Almirola in row 6. Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, row 7. And Eric Jones and Michael McDowell in row 8. And the rest of the field is going to scroll past your screen. So let's go over the facts for today's event. It's going to be 10 laps around this 1.33-mile concrete oval, and there are 31 drivers heading around this track, so it should be a very fun one to watch. So the drivers, they're going to roll off the grid for today's race. It's going to be Denny Hamlin leading the field to green. He's going to be alongside Kyle Larson, and behind them are going to be Alex Bowman and Kevin Harvick. And these 31 drivers are raring to go for 10 laps here around Nashville, and the fans are ready to see a show. As they come out of turn number 4, Denny Hamlin leads us to green here in Music City. Now, a pretty even start from both lanes there by Hamlin with the advantage down the back straightaway. He's going to clear him, because last he tried to take him 3 wide down the back stretch right there. Now, Enchick teammates Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson for the 2nd position, side by side as they head into turns 1 and 2, excuse me. Now, down the backstretch, Bowman with the advantage. Larson just barely hanging on the outside lane, trying to get a good run off, but Bowman's going to clear him crossover. Larson back to the inside lane. Now, Kyle Larson slides in front of Alex Bowman. He's going to take the 2nd position. Now, Alex Bowman trying to fight back as he's going to just clear him. Kevin Harvick there. But now, Martin Truex Jr. the inside lane of Brad Keselowski side by side as they head through the triangle. Truex with the advantage, and big wreck in the back. Kyle Busch, Chris Busch just spinning through the grass, and a massive incident here on the back straightaway. Everyone involved everywhere. It's going to be Kyle Busch with a huge hit in the outside wall involving Chris Buescher coming off turns number 4 for a massive incident here indeed. Take a look at the replay. Oh, huge hit for the 18 car. Kyle Busch just got kind of clipped the apron coming off the corner, and bam, hard into Chris Buescher. He just went spinning through the grass. You can see Tyler Reddick trying to come down to avoid that wreck right there. Here's a one more time. Bam. Hard in the outside wall, and Chris Buescher just went spinning around. On a very unfortunate day for those 2 drivers, as Kyle Busch will be sent to the garage, and Chris Buescher, well, he is also going to be in the garage. But the field's ready to go back green. It's going to be Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin. Deja vu all over again. And as they come to the green, now it's number 4, Denny Hamlin leads us back green here in Nashville. Pretty even jump, and now Kevin Harvick running the outside lane. That's not going to quite work, but still, Hamlin, Larson side by side as they hit turns 3, turn 4. Now, Kyle Larson is going to fade back now to the inside of Kevin Harvick. Harvick been a newcomer, been right there all day long, but hasn't quite had the speed to contend with the rest of the drivers. But now he's trying to mount a fight with the 5 car, but it's not going to work down the front straightaway. Larson to P2. Now, side by side, Larson has a very fast car. Oh, he's in the wall. Kyle Larson hard in the outside wall. He's on the apron, and smoke comes billowing out of the hood of that 5 car. He's going to park it down pit road, and a massive thing there. But now, the race is still going on. Now, something falls out of the 48. Hard in the wall, Harvick spinning in top of him. And a big incident here in turns 3 and 4. And a massive incident indeed here. Just look at that huge hit. Just falling on top of them, and Larson also 2 Hendrick engines. Is that related in any way at all? Is that a Hendrick manufacturer problem? But take a look at it here. Oh, something just fell out of that car. Looked like a brake rod or something like that. Just fell out of the 48 car, sending him piling the wall. Just looks like a complete brake failure. Very similar to what happened with Kyle Larson. Just Kyle Larson just not have anybody to the inside of him when it happened. A huge hit for Kevin Harvick. Just a massive hit in the outside wall for all three of them, for both those drivers. Kyle Larson too had a very big hit, but we're taking another look at it here. Just bam, lose something and harden the wall. You have to think that something may be correlated with the same thing that happened to Kyle Larson. Now, if you're the other Hendrick engines in this field, Chase Elliott and William Byron, I think you maybe should be scared a bit. Remember, this will leave us with only 2 laps to go, so it should be a really fun one. But all 3 of them will be going to the garage, and Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., his Joe Gibbs teammate, 2 Joe Gibbs drivers on the front row, lead us back green. And coming out of turn number 4, it's Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr. leading up back green here in Nashville. 2 laps to go, and here comes William Byron to take him 3 wide for the 3rd position. Now he's going down the backstretch. Martin Truex Jr. with a great runoff. Here comes William Byron to the 2nd position. Now side by side for the 2nd position. Truex cleared them all. Big run off the corner. That's William Byron. White flag in the air. Now side by side as he dives in turns 1 and 2. Martin Truex Jr. just able to fight him off down the backstretch. Right now Byron to the inside, blocking Truex all back and forth. Now turns 3, 4. Final time to the apron. Now all the way down the apron, spinning through the grass, saves it. But Martin Truex Jr. will win here in Nashville. And what a race that was. And let's take a look at the replay here. Already, this is the final lap. Look where Byron was all of this last half there. To the inside, to the outside, just diving every which possible way. And off the corner, he rode him all the way to the wall and dived down to the apron. Just to almost spin out in the grass. Good save there by the 24. But it's not going to be enough, as Martin Truex Jr. is your winner here in Nashville. And a very good race for Joe Gibbs Racing. But Martin Truex Jr., he really needed that to climb back into these top 4 standings. Let's take a look at your results for today. Obviously, Martin Truex Jr. is on top. We have William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and Kurt Busch surprisingly up there, along with Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney just rounding out the top 5. And then there's your other side. You can see the 5 drivers who got knocked out of this race. Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Chris Buescher, all involved in pretty major wrecks. But yeah, let's take a look at your point standings. 3 Hendrick drivers lead them, all within 3 points. Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman, and then Denny Hamlin is the final driver there, right next to Christopher Bell. Let me take a look at the other side. Joey Logano having a terrible season. Same for Kyle Busch and Eric Almirola. Really hoping to turn that around next season. But yeah, this concludes this race. We will be heading to the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway for the next race here in the Moneylion Cup Series. That should be a fun one to watch. But thank you guys very much for watching. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, all that stuff. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Goodbye.